Did you see these patch notes? Let me explain them for you. Patch notes, here we go. It's gonna be brutal, I know it. Patch 1.10. Okay. I don't even know if I can deal with music right now. This is too hectic. 6 new unique items. Okay. Spear of Lycander. I assume that's a druid weapon. It says general, but when I hear Lycander, I think druid. Gain a random shrine effect for 10 to 20 seconds after killing an elite. Guess that's cool. Nothing else, you get a movement speed buff, right? Extremely rare, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Azarath. Hey, Azarath is back, everybody. The old heads know about this one. It's a barbed sword. On lucky hit, which lucky hit is just the worst. Can we just talk about how terrible it is that you have a chance to do something? Lucky hit is the... Whatever, moving on. Your core skills have up to a 20% chance to freeze enemies for 3 seconds, deal a quarter to 1.5 cold damage. So barbs are freezing now, huh? That's pretty cool. If they didn't kill Whirlwind, and we'll see as we keep going, if they didn't kill Whirlwind, if you Whirlwinded with an Azarath, which probably pretty hard to get, but pretty cool. 20% chance to it's lucky hit though. Chance for a chance. God, I hate lucky hit. Alright, Druid got the Flesh Render. One-handed mace, debilitating roar and blood howl, deal 1/2 to 1 damage nearby poisoned enemies. Debilitating roar and blood howl, deal... That can't be right. Is that right? There's no way that's right. If that's right, that's terrible. Whatever, Necro's got the lidless wall. Lidless wall made a comeback. Okay, lucky hit again. The 3rd or 4th most useless thing in the game. While you have an active Bone Storm, okay, hitting an enemy outside of a Bone Storm has up to a 5 to 25% chance to spawn an additional Bone Storm at their location. Each of your active sacrifice bonuses increase the chance by 25%. Total number of additional Bone Storms you have by 1. That's pretty cool. So if you have 3 sacrifices, right? That 25% chance plus 3 more 20, that's a 100% chance, and you got 4 Bone Storms, right? Lucky hit, still pretty bullshit, but if you do hit, that's pretty sweet. What's up? Welcome. We're going over the patch notes, which I just got to the beginning of them. I'm sure there's something I'm going to cry about later. So far, so good. I think. Rogue got an eagle horn bow. Penetrating shot with a 30 to 80% chance to fire an arrow that bounces off walls and scenery. Hitting enemies from behind with penetrating shot makes them vulnerable for 3 seconds. Was that not already a thing? Clearly it wasn't, or they wouldn't have put that in there. Stuck at 98% forever. You need a better computer. That's terrible. That might be good. Who knows? Let's keep cruising. Nobody cares about the unique items anyway. We all care about balance fixes, but we'll get there. Sorcerer, the Oculus making a... Okay, so they're just digging into all, like, the old Diablo items. Gain the effect of teleport enchantment for free. Cool. When you evade using teleport enchantment, you are taken to a random location. That sucks. Okay, let me say that again. Okay. Gain the effect of the teleport enchantment for free. That is cool. But when you evade using a teleport enchantment, that sucks. That sucks. Sorcerer was already shit. It did not get better with that. It's just a unique item. Whatever. We'll wait till we get to balance changes to Crucify Blizzard. General aspects. Hey, look. E-Force has got a new driver. They do every 45 seconds. Audacity. Okay, whatever. Raven. Barb, Ancestral Charge. Charge calls forth 4 ancients who also charge, dealing 50 to 100% normal damage. That might be cool. Like a foreign language. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of this is old Diablo stuff that is kind of brought back for nostalgia's sake, it seems like. But this right here, Charge Barb might be a thing. Because then that's charge calls forth 4 ancients who also charge, dealing 50 to 100% normal. Is that each or total? Because if that's each, you're talking about 500% damage. It's total, it still doubles your damage, which is pretty good. But Charge Barb might be a thing. Put a pin in that, we'll come back to it. Druid, Subterranean, Poison Creepers, active, also casts Landslide in a circle around you. That's cool, because Poison Creeper is already pretty sweet. Poison Creeper is already good. Her skills deal 10 to 20% increased damage to poisoned. Okay. That's good, but this is better. That's actually not bad. Alright, Druids are kind of, well, that one, I'm still not sure how well that works, but Druids might be okay. Necro, Gore Quills. Bloodlance will consume blood orbs. Okay, no one is using Bloodlance, but maybe they will. Alright, each additional Bloodlance deals 20 to 30% of normal damage and prioritizes targeting unland. It's better. It's better. But is anybody gonna... Ooh, Bloodlance has so far to go before anybody's gonna use that. Pestilent points for the rogue. Every third cast of puncture is poison imbued with 100 to 150% normal potency. That's cool. Would have been a lot cooler if that was 4 skill. They weren't gonna buff Twisting Blades, that's for sure. That's alright. I guess that doesn't help a whole lot. Alright. Sorcerer, Searing Wards. After spending 2 to 100 mana on your next firewall is free to cast. Will destroy incoming small missiles. That's cool. That's cool, because A, it's super easy to spend 100 mana. B, you spend 100 mana, you're getting a free firewall anyway. And now you can stand behind that thing and not get shot with arrows or small missiles. Like fireballs and shit. That's cool. That's good. After what they just did with this Oculus, this is cool. Because that is Sharing Wards, pretty sweet. Bug fixes. Alright, let's see what they fixed. Or fucked up. Anything good in here? Fixed multiple issues where certain challenges could be progressed through unintended means. The fuck does that mean? Unintended. Okay. Fixed issues where players would gain progress for certain challenges through the actions of nearby players. I didn't know that was a thing, but okay, cool. That's not party players, that's just people that are near you. That's alright. Okay. Fixed issue where players would not receive notifications from one of their friends completed. I didn't know we were supposed to get those in the first place. Okay. Oh, shit. The feat of strength, final slayer of the first mother, now requires you to slay the level 100 pinnacle boss solo. You now have to kill Uber Lilith solo in order to get the feat of strength. The silence as hellish challenge remains unchanged. Oh. Okay. I wouldn't call it a bug fix, it's so much just a quality of life nerf, but sure. Cooperative play. Fix an issue where the camera wasn't functioning properly when players were far apart in local co-op. They have local... Oh, on consoles, yeah. On consoles, okay. Fix an issue where Rogue's inner sight would only fill up for one of the players. Okay. Okay. Let's keep cruising. Dungeons, here we go. Oh, I bet they killed that, I bet they killed the dungeon transfer. Fix an issue where a player would not receive enough animus to progress through the... Oh, okay. Yeah, that happened to me, so I'm glad that's fixed. Okay. Fix an issue with the stone carving in the Fallen Temple Capstone dungeon would duplicate. It kept duplicating. Yeah, that was constant. Not a big deal, but whatever. It's fixed. Monster region. Okay, so fix an issue where the player could respawn behind a barrier in the Fallen Temple Capstone. Did not know that. I kind of like to see video on that. That sounds awesome. Fog door cannot be progressed through some dungeons. Yeah, I had that issue. Okay. Oh, so more blood boils are gonna pop and cords are gone. Fixed an issue where traps would deal more damage than intended. How many beers did I have to drink the other night? Because... Doesn't matter. They have fixed the issue. Fixed an issue where level scaling in the level 100 Pinnacle dungeon was inconsistent. Yeah, you definitely couldn't do that carry now. Fix an issue where Awakened Glyphstone wouldn't spawn if the party leader left the dungeon. Gotcha. Okay, so they didn't kill dungeon transfer. It was a trap issue. I saw the video. I watched it over. It was traps. I'm not seeing here where they got rid of the dungeon transfer. Oh, gameplay fixes. Here we go. Okay. Wow. This is unfortunate here for Barbs. Fix an issue where Iron Maelstrom could be cast more than 3 times rapidly, casting Warcry. Now everybody knew about that, so that was clearly going to be fixed. Fix an issue where stacking Berserk Ripping, Skullbreaker, and Anemia aspects would allow the player to deal extreme amounts of damage. Everybody did that. Yeah, it says right here, developers note, we recognize this adjustment as a significant decrease to the Hammer of the Ancients barbarian build. Hoda died. Hoda died today. Man. Hoda is dead. Now Whirlwind's still there, I guess. That stinks. Fix an issue with the outer edges of quakes granted to the Hammer of the Ancients. Okay. Yep, the ripple. That's what it was. People started using Hoda. They weren't even hitting the enemy with Hoda. They were hitting next to the enemy because the ripple effect did so much more damage. So that's been fixed. And by fixed, I mean Hoda died. Hoda is dead. Still don't see anything for Whirlwind, but Hoda died today. What happened to druids? Okay. Fix an issue where Earth skills, pulverize skill, will consume 2 overpower buffs simultaneously. Yep. Yep, we knew that one was coming. Okay. Okay. This is good for Druid. Druid got all those piece of shit ones taken care of. Except for this one. Except for this one where people were abusing Shred. That one where people were abusing Shred. Of course, Blizzard was going to fix that. And they did. Yep. Shred's gone too. Hoda's dead. Shred is dead. Let's move on to Necromancer. Okay, here we go. Fix where Necromancers could not obtain daggers. Okay. Cool, I guess. Alright. Okay. Now this is fuckety. Fix the issue where Bone Spear cast through Chilling Wind from an elite would increase the number of generated echoes. That's the only reason anybody used the echo. That's the only reason. That shit did nothing. It would pop once every second or whatever, but it takes a second to get down there, so it would pop once. But if you went through the Chilling Wind, that thing would go bam, bam, bam. It'd actually do some damage. Yeah, okay, so that's gone. No one's ever going to use that shit again. Okay. Fix an issue where enhanced Bone Spear could cause erratic movement. I did not notice that, but alright. Fix an issue where canceling Blood Mist when it's already off cooldown would immediately recast it. Guess I didn't use it enough. Need to get another beer before we get to the fixes. They call balance changes. I call nerfs. Rogue. Did they kill Rogue? Issue where Shadow Step wouldn't trigger. Target was killed. Hey, that's actually good. That's good. Okay. Penetrating shot would not knock down other players in PvP. Okay, cool. Twisting Blades would not come back when the ability killed a blow. Thank you. Thank you. See? Twisting Blades is back to being good. Not that it ever went away, but it's still good. That skill would not move the full distance of targeting an enemy while using a controller. I've never used a controller, but okay, good for those folks. Bonus, it doesn't matter. Resistances are broken anyway, so I hope we find out later that they fixed resistances. That would be the fix I want to see. Rapid Fire had an extra arrow visual effect that behaved erratically. Why would you fix that? That just looks cool. It's a visual effect. It's not doing more damage. That just looks cool. Alright. So, Sort. Fireball enchantment did not contribute to the combustion key passive. Oh. I wonder if anybody knew that, because people were touting that as that's the key. That's the key. I think it was actually just so it would cause burning, but still. Okay. Aspect to control is applying its damage bonus 3 times for stagger ball. I have to talk to Mando about that. That's the Swart guy. Fix it here. Okay. Fix an issue where Incinerate would immediately cost 30 mana when cast in addition to the consistent channeling. Incinerate now. Okay. Incinerate sucked because it cost so much and didn't do enough damage for how much it costs. That makes a little sense. That makes a little bit of sense. Not a lot of sense, but some. That's still way too expensive for how much damage it does. General fixes. Let's see what we got here. General fixes. Fixed issues where players would unnaturally teleport during boss encounter. I have both played and watched a lot of Diablo. I've never seen that. Flame shield. Yeah, everybody uses flame. It's your only escape as a sort. Fix an issue where chests in Western ways could be interacted with indefinitely. I didn't know that either. Where's all this information coming? I would love to have known that. Fix an issue where the Airyman NPC couldn't be interacted with. Okay, cool. Issue where otherwise breakable objects in the world cannot be broken when evading through them. That seems to be a real niche situation, but glad they fixed that. Fix multiple instances where a player could avoid damage from bosses if they position themselves in a specific location. So that's a Shava. That's the... You can't stand behind a Shava anymore? Is that the deal? The whole deal was, hey, you could just stand behind this thing. Hang on. Is that what the, make sure the link is right. Yeah, that's right. I did that right. I'm reasonably smart. Not super smart, but I'm reasonably smart. Yeah, the Ashava deal, when she does the whoosh thing, you could just stand behind her, and it was cool. So, if that's the deal, that's going to be a bit of a buzzkill. That's going to be a bit of a buzzkill. Hope not. Because that reasonably smart. Alright, let's continue down the rabbit hole of shit show here. Where do we leave off? With the bullshit? There it is. Okay, forged relics could not be... Okay, good. Glad that's fixed. Honestly, with the cold, bleeding, burning, or corruption affix would freeze players hit in one hit in Nightmare... Again. How many beers did I have to drink the other night because of constant refreezing? Constant refreezing. Freeze after freeze. What's good, dude? Hey, we're going over these, patch notes, and so far, not so good. But anyway, that got fixed, so I'm glad about that. Fixed another issue where cold enchanted monsters froze players more often than intended. Okay. Look, people have been complaining about the refreeze after refreeze after refreeze. The constant refreeze thing was bullshit and is finally taken care of. I'm still not happy about it, but, you know, it's fixed now, I guess, so going forward, freeze these. Man, suck my D, bitch. You see what I gave away? Yeah. Well, hey, I don't know if you've read yet, Crip. The Lilith carries died today. There's no more Lilith carries. You now have to do it solo. Well, I mean, I guess you could do it, but it won't count. It would just be like, hey, I did it, but did you really? Man. Yeah, Lilith carries died today. Hoda Barb died today. Druid. Something Druid. I already forgot what it was. Doesn't matter. We'll go back to it. And so far, Necromancer, Rogue, and Sork are okay. Let's keep on cruising. Yeah. So, what on what? You want to know why Hoda died? Or you want to know why the Lilith carries died? Or, I'll go back. Not a big deal. Well, that's the song you picked. Okay, you gotta put the artist in there as long with the... It's like song and artist, because sometimes artists... Where's the info on Lilith carries? Okay, let's double back. Nope, not on the aspects. Oh, here it is. It's the feat of strength. So the feat of strength, final slayer of the first mother, now requires you to slay the level 100 pinnacle boss solo. Silence of Hellish challenge remains unchanged. So the challenge for killing Lilith will still be completed. Garth Brooks. First of all, it's exclamation point SR, buddy. Look right up above you, where it says song request. You'll figure it out. So the challenge for killing Lilith remains unchanged. So you still get credit for the challenge, but the feat of strength you'll no longer get unless you do it solo. Which is unfortunate, but I mean, you can still do Lilith carries because people are still going to want to do it. But just to say, hey, I killed Lilith, you probably still get the horse. I haven't seen anything yet that says you don't get the horse still. You just don't get the feat of strength. All right, where do we leave off here? Helltide. Fields of Hatred. Okay. There you go. Hey, look, that's looking out for your fellow chatter. All right, that's looking out. Helltide. Fix an issue where a player could be damaged by the Helltide Firestorm while standing in Durand. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that's all right. Fixed an issue where enemies resurrected by shamans would continuously drop cinders. Yeah, I did that right outside of a chest for, I don't know, 30 minutes. Just let that dude just keep going. Keep him going. Resurrect all these dudes. Also, they were resurrecting trees and stuff, which I didn't know they could do. I thought it was just fallen, but that's not the case. Yeah, man, you did the Lord's work. You certainly provided your civic duty. Bitrate. Bitrate's 8,000. Steady bitrate right there. No drops. Bitrate. Alright, continue through Helltide. Fix an issue where enemies are... Oh, yeah, just did that one. Chain lightning could bounce infinitely between the caster and other... What? Oh. Crackling energy nobody used. Okay, nobody cares. Items, aspects, anything good here? No. Aspect of the Protector would trigger its barrier effect after destroying a breakable object. That was fixed. Didn't know that was a thing either, but okay. Ring of Misfortune had incorrect stats. Are the incorrect stats that it totally fucked you? I mean, it is the Ring of Misfortune. I'd like to see what the change was there. Ember Staff Whip, don't care. Character menu interaction would reset the bonus granted by Inner Calm. Oh, that's cool. Fix issue where maximum life affix on the Mark of the Conclave quest was scaling improperly. Is this that one that was it gives you 4,000 health for no reason at all? Thought that was a wedding ring? Nah. Is this... Hey. That's the thing, right? The Ring of Misfortune? No. Oh, clever. Thought it was like in, was this Skyrim where you just give like any NPC a ring and they're like, hey, I'll just follow you around forever now. I think that this is that item. I was searching for this item for a long time where it was like, I think it was a ring too. It was supposed to give you like 4,000 extra health. Apparently that was a mistake. That got fixed. Fix an issue where aspect power would also increase when upgrading the item at blacksmith. I thought it was supposed to. Aspect power is supposed to stay the same? Really? I got minor details. I decided I wasn't going to look because I got an hour late, but I got minor details that like casuals would really, really enjoy this update. Whatever, let's keep on cruising through it. We'll find out for ourselves. Level requirement for sacred items will now cap at level 60. Level requirement for ancestrals will now cap at 80. I don't remember what it was before, but wasn't sacred at 60 already? Ancestral, I think, was oh, they bumped him up. They bumped him up. That's probably pretty good, actually. That's a good thing. Fix an issue where Mother's Embrace ring did not trigger properly with several abilities. Hey, worked for me. Worked for all of my abilities, but okay. Well, now it works for all of them. Monsters. Fix an issue where items of higher power than intended were dropping from rare monsters. Alright. Warg's jumping attack dealt no damage when passing through the player. Okay. Let's go monster. None of this is super interesting. Clones of monsters, suppressor would also have suppressor after. I thought they were supposed to. Capped at 80 versus 100. No, it's level requirement. The level requirement for ancestral items will not cap at 80. Level requirement used to be like 75. Right? Once you got over 75, then Oh! No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So if you're level 100 and you get some ancestral items, they're not going to be level 100 because then it fucks your alts. Gotcha. Okay. That's a good thing. Good for that. All right. Moving on. Yeah. Yeah. Used to. That's right. Okay. Quests and events. Did they up the HP for those people whose lives you have to save on every event? Because they die every fucking time. Fix an issue where progress bar could not fill during the caravan under siege event. Okay. Champion enemies. Whatever. Look, did you increase the HP of these assholes? Oh shit. Uh-oh, Crip. Check this out. Fixed an issue where quest dungeons did not reset if the associated quest was abandoned. Wait, no, that's different. There was, they killed the pass-offs too, though. Hang on, let's go back. They killed the pass-offs. I seen that. Where is it? Ah. Because I read it and I was like, fuck, I gotta tell Crip about this later. Didn't I? Motherfucker. There was one, I swear, it said something about, like, if the person leaves the dungeon and you can't... I might have made that up. There's a chance I might have made that up. Alright, let's just assume I made that up. Wait a minute. No? Alright, I guess I made that up. Moving on. Events, some stuff happened. Cool. User interface and user experience. Okay. That's not super helpful. Oh, the map pin functionality got helped. Good. Hopefully the GPS for that map pin got fixed because it was kind of ass. That thing would take you on a scenic detour of Sanctuary instead of just, hey, get me where I'm trying to go, you know? Improvement to tooltips would be good, and skill description. Because they decided that half of them are just bullshit. They just wrote whatever they felt like writing on there. Not seeing anything else here good. Amount of gold not properly displayed when trading gold in large quantities. Ah, that was the 40 million issue, right? People were trying to sell stuff for more than 40 million and just couldn't get it. Social tab, action window. A lot of this stuff is apparently there were controller issues. You guys notice any controller issues? I have not played on a controller. Yeah, I did read that, right? Something happened with alright, we'll go back to it if it needs to be done. Miscellaneous, fix an issue with completion music for actually I turned all music off, so fix an issue where players couldn't send Battle.net friend requests to friends playing on console. I have 2 friends on console that are in this chat right now and they play perfectly fine. Huh. Okay. Fix an issue where Mashif's camel made no noises. I'm glad they fixed that. I'm glad they fixed that Mashif's camel will now make some noises. That's one of my favorite things. More dynamic loading screens. Did we need that? Okay. Altar of Lilith unlocks are now account-wide. Cool. Map discovery, now account-wide. Okay, that's the big one. Map discovery is now account-wide. Thank the Lord. So you clear that bitch on one character. You don't have to do it for every character now. That's a quality of life fix that I really wanted to see. I play fight. Yeah, you do play. Well, I mean, I haven't seen you play in a while. I fine for a little while. How's Final Fantasy, by the way? Was it good? I'm gonna get to Final Fantasy whenever I plug that bad boy back in. It's just decoration right now. Actually, you can play Final Fantasy on PC. Never mind. You can stay there. That's awesome. That's great. Whispers will no longer reward sigil dust. That one kind of stinks. Not that anybody was doing whispers anyway, but whatever. Overall loot quality has been significantly improved for silent chests. Good, because those things stunk. Those were awful. Absolutely awful. Only on PS5 for now? Was it like a 1-year wait or something like that? That's fine. Comes out on PC, it'll probably be like $30. Because this is going to ride me until Starfield comes out, and then Starfield comes out, that'll ride for another 6 months, probably longer than that, because it'll have 17 more releases or whatever. Silent chest is up, that's cool. Okay, the channel time for the leave dungeon ability has been increased from 3 to 5 seconds. What? Channel time for the leave dungeon ability has been increased from 3 to 5 seconds. Why? What? Why? Chat, let me make sure I didn't... The channel time for the leave dungeon ability has been increased from 3 to 5 seconds. Why? Who was that hurting that you left a dungeon in 3 seconds rather... Alright. They're just trying to slow down speed farmers, I guess? That's... Okay. Dumb as shit, but whatever. We have generally reduced the tendency for many monsters to move around in combat so that melee characters don't have to chase down their enemies. Okay, I guess that's good. Generally reduced it. Cool. Added DualSense Edge wireless controller support for PC. Sweet. Finally break this bad boy back out. World Tier 2 has had the following bonuses added. Bonus gold increased from 15 to 20%. That's fucking useless, but cool. Monsters now drop 15% more items. 15% more items. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. 15% more items is a lot. That's every 6 monster drops you an extra item. Remember, finish this update. You're not done updating yet? Why? Yes. Yeah, I'm done. Oh, no, I'm at 99%. 2 megs remaining. Cool. That's cool. Still not enough to use World Tier 2. You're going World Tier 1 for all leveling. And then, you know, as soon as you can do the capstone, you jump to World Tier 3. Increasing its reward pace to better align with stuff. Yeah, that's not enough. I'm not going to use it. Level scaling inside dungeons and most overworld territories has been adjusted in World Tiers 3 and 4. Monsters will begin to trail behind the player in level after a certain point, up to a maximum of 5 levels behind. Does not affect world bosses, legion events, field. That's not enough. Overworld was so easy. Overworld was so incredibly easy. If they moved that from 5 levels behind to 5 levels ahead, it would still be way better. Way better. That's ass. I mean, I guess it's better because they were like, you know, 20 levels behind, but still ass. That's terrible. Okay. Yeah, we don't need examples. We get it. Okay, reward experience for completing whispers has been significantly increased. Okay, tell me about it. Wait. No. Experience. Nobody gives a shit about the experience. I want the items to be better. Well, I guess every little bit helps, but still. We are adjusting bonus experience rewards for killing monsters that are a higher level than the player. 1.5% bonus per level up to 10 levels. Okay, yeah, people are still not going to do whispers. Not on purpose. This is something you do on accident while you're doing some other shit. Whatever, keep on cruising. Looking to increase the danger in Helltide's risk-reward gameplay by making the monsters a bit more challenging and the tortured gift of mysteries harder to open. Why? Because that's the only way you could get good gear, and people were just farming. Whatever. Helltide monsters are now 3 levels higher than the player instead of 2. Good. Hey, bump them up some more. Good. Tortured Gift of Mysteries chest has cost increased to 250 cinders from 175. Yeah, whispers are completely useless. But check this out. Those mystery chests we were getting in Helltide, they're not 175 anymore, now they're 250. People were getting 4 chests per Helltide and they got pissed off, so now they're going to knock it down a peg. It was the only way to get gear. Why was that even a... All interactable objects in Helltide zones now have a small chance of dropping aberrant cinders. Okay, so that's better, I guess. Since we got to get 75 more cinders. Fucking ass, dude. Do I even want to open this? Balance updates. This is where... Alright, let me drink this first. Alright. Here's balance updates. Here's where we find out what they fucked. Alright, well, Barbarian's at the top of the list. Let's see what happened. Okay. Excuse me. What the... What the hell's going on here? Why isn't this, Why isn't this opening? Did I screw something up? Why isn't this opening? Alright, let's try it again. Did Blizzard fuck up their own... Is this supposed to... This is why we go to the website. Alright, this is why we do this. There we go. Let's go straight to the source. Quit fucking around with these people. Even more grind. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Little extra grind fest there. Okay, so we're down on balance fixes or whatever they call fuckery. Barbarian, show me the fuckery. Violent double swing, vulnerable duration increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Okay. Furious upheaval. Damage bonus per stack was increased. That's good because they nerfed it to the ground. So I guess they wanted to just pony it back up a little bit. Power charge cooldown reduction capped to 3 targets for maximum of 9 seconds of cooldown reduction. That one stings. Oh, that one stings. Tactical ground stomp. Fury gain increased from 25 to 40. I guess it's no one gives a shit about that. Enhanced death blows damage bonus to bosses increased from 100 to 150. All right. Steel grasp vulnerable duration increased from increased to half a second. Increased to half a second. What a buff. Rupture damage increased from 30 to 45. It's not bad. Oh, buddy. Hamstring now only slows healthy enemies. And slow amount increased. So that's good. Only slows healthy enemies. Does that mean that when they become unhealthy, the slow stops? That's the best barbarian passive. That stinks. Wow. Slow amount increased. They doubled the slow amount. No one cares how much you slow for. It's the fact that you did the slow. And now it only slows healthy enemies. That stinks. Oh man, that one hurts a little. Cut to the bone, bleeding damage. Bonus to vulnerable reduced. Of course, yeah, they're trying to kill vulnerable, I guess. Oh, let me tell you what. I haven't gotten to Necro yet, but Barbarian just took a savage blow. Wrathglyph's bonus now affects all damage instead of just core skills. That seems like that's good. Except for barbarians really only do damage with core skills. The rest of their bar is filled with shouts. So, kind of... I mean, I guess maybe that'll buff some other build that does something without a core skill. I get everyone uses core skills. That's your damage dealer. Nerf things to the ground. Yeah, check this out. I don't know what you know about Barbarian, but their best passive just died. They used to slow everybody. Now they only slow healthy enemies. So that's kind of a dinger. Things that affect everyone from what I understand. Well, don't spoil, alright? We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to the point that I likely cry, but Barbarian just took a savage hit. That stinks. Okay. Keep on cruising. Relentless Berserker's aspect. Berserking duration increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Who gives a shit? Battle Mad aspect. Berserking increased from 1.5. Okay, again, they've increased. Alright. Brawler's aspect. Damage. 0.5%. No, 0.5 point. Not even 0.5%. Okay. Wow. Wow. Tell you what, from what I read, Whirlwind is still going to be... Oh, Hoda died. Jake, if you're still in there, Wood... Hoda died. There's no more Hoda. Whirlwind seems to be not unaffected. It's certainly affected, but still... I don't know, we'll have to test some stuff and see, but this, that stinks. Alright, let's see what happened to the Druid. I don't know Druid that well, so this is going to be a bit of an issue. Buff Death Blow and Kick build. No, Kick... Yeah, Death Blow, certainly. Kick only got from the previous patch. There's nothing new on that. Although... Maybe. Law attack speed bonus increased from 10 to 15. Nobody cares. Storm Strike, here we go. Storm Strike damage reduction reduced from 25 to 15. Yeah, we kind of saw that one coming, right? Storm Druids are no longer impenetrable. Savage Trample Spirit Gain. Okay, so a bunch of stuff no one uses. I get that. Let's try to buff all the other stuff. Sure. Cataclysm lightning damage increased, and tornado damage is up. Interesting. Doesn't say anything about the wolf damage, though, from the tornado, so we'll see how that works. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, Druids. Prime Grizzly Rage now grants Unstoppable for 6 seconds instead of while active. Oh, no. You're going to get crowd controlled like the rest of us. Oh, man. Poor Druids. How will you ever recover? That's it. That's the one. That's the one. Crack another one. We still haven't gotten to Necro yet. I bet it's next. Provocation threshold required for guaranteed overpower reduced. That's good, I guess, but no one enjoyed overpower. Overpower worked for like the first 30 levels. After level 30, overpower was ass. I have a Storm Druid I played today. He's 47. Well, he's going to take a little more damage today. Masochistic now requires a lucky hit chance of 75%. What? So your lucky hit chance has to be over 75% in order to trigger, or? I don't think I fully understand that one. Requires a lucky hit chance of 75%. Alright, let's keep on cruising. Thorns increase by... Okay, that is... How did someone even come up with that? 0.05? Alright. That's somebody who was assigned that job and was like, fuck it, let's give them 0.05. That'll be an increase. They'll be cool, it got buffed. Rest of this seems okay. This is brutal. Prime Grizzly Rage. Oof. Same with the Spirit Glyph. I assume that's for all characters. Or all classes, I mean. Okay. Lucky hit chance. Okay, lucky hit is so stupid. The chance to have a chance to do something is the worst. That's so awful. Aspect of the Tempest damage bonus increase by a little. Okay. Cool. Here we go. Symbiotic aspect cooldown reduction reduced from 4 to 8 to 3 to 5. They're killing druid cooldowns. People aren't going to be able to walk around as werewolves all day anymore. Oh. Alright. Barbarians and druids both took a beating. That's unfortunate. Alright, here goes the king of all classes. Here's Necromancer. Alright, let's see this. Decompose slow. Increase, okay. Paranormal Sever. Cast required for vulnerable reduced from 4 to 3, okay. Blood yeah, they're really trying to get into the blood game. Because people are complaining Necromancer is just an underpowered sorcerer. Because the minions stink. Like, well, we'll, you know, do blood damage. So Blood Surge and Blood Lance are getting buffed, but not enough. Blood Surge healing increased from 2.5 to 3. Okay, cool. Blood Lance damage reduction for piercing reduced from 15 to 10. Well, that's... Okay. That seems odd, but whatever. People aren't using Blood Lance. Bone Prison initial essence gained increased from 15 to 25. That's cool. Alright. That's good. Aberrant Iron Maiden. Healing increase from 5 to 7. I didn't even know that that was a thing. I've never used that. Golems move faster and unhindered through enemies when their cooldown is activated. That's pretty cool. Yeah, their gear reduces cooldowns, and it got to a level where your cooldowns are damn near nothing. So people were running around as werewolves forever. That's not going to happen anymore. That's dead. Golems move faster. I still am not going to use a golem, but I mean, if they buff damage and a bunch of other things, I guess that'd be good. Supreme Blood Wave leaves behind blood orbs. If blood orbs will work while you're in Blood Mist, then I'd be cool with it. Ray Skeleton, Corpse Explosion, and Corpse Tendrils range for auto-targeting corpses on mouse and keyboard increased by 50%. Okay. That's... Yes. Yes. You know how many times I've misclicked a corpse tendrils because I just didn't click right on the corpse? That's awesome. That is a winner. So far, so good for the Necromancer. Let's keep on cruising. Raise Skeletal Priest bonus damage increase from 20 to 30. Cool, whatever. Priest healing increase from 10 to 50. I'm still not going to use them, but that's good, I guess. Skill issue. Okay. Passes. Evulsion bonus damage to vulnerable reduced. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Well, that's not that bad. From 6, 12, 18 to 5, 10, 15. This used to be, it was double that. It used to be 12, 24, 36, and then they cut it in half. So this is, it's a little bit less, whatever. Vulnerable is still greatly overpowered. Transfusion minion healing increased. Okay, they're really trying to get you to use minions. I'm not going to, but that's great. Brain vitality, lucky hit chance increased. I'm not doing a chance for a chance. It's not going to happen. Amplified damage increase. Really? 369 to 4812. That's still, no one's going to use that. Keep on cruising. Book the Dead. Minions will now automatically resummon after respawning during a world boss fight. Hang on. Minions will now automatically resummon after respawning during a... So if you die, your minions come back automatically? Like what kind of... Okay, so you die during a world boss fight, but your minions get to come back when you do. That's not... Whatever. Keep it pushing. Skeleton Warrior Defenders upgrade. Thorns Inherited increase from 40 to 50. Okay, all right, Jump. There you go. Your Thorns is starting to pay off a little bit more. That's a 25% increase. That's good. Maybe Thorns is going to be a thing. Skeleton Mage upgrade attacks required for an additional Shadow Bolt reduced from 5 to 4. I don't care about the minions. I don't. I want them to be good. I really do. As an old Summoner Necro fan, I want them to be good. Bone Skeleton Mage upgrade Fortify Mount increase from 11 to 20. That's good, but Fortify does not work on the Necromancer unless they have fixed that, which I didn't see in the fixes up above. Iron Golem's upgrade attacks required for slam attack reduced from 5 to 4. Now that's pretty good. That's actually a really good attack. And if golems move faster and unhindered through enemies while the cooldown's activated, you might want to use an Iron Golem. That might be okay now. Essence Glyph's bonus now affects all damage instead of just core skills. Doesn't matter. It really, I'm only using Bone Spear, so cool, I guess, but alright, keep on cruising. Splintering aspect of Bone Shard damage bonus reduced from 50 to 100 to 30 to 60. Wow. Splintering aspect. Wow, that is a 40% loss in damage. Holy fuck, dude. Well, yeah, well, I guess you're doing a Thorns build. I wonder if that will affect then minions. Because minions aren't a skill though. They're in a Book of the Dead. Interesting. I'd like to see how that works out. This splintering aspect right here sucks. That is a 40% damage reduction. Not damage reduction, damage loss. Oh, but Plunging Darkness got buffed. Cool. Hullbringer's aspect, Blizzard cooldown reduced from 10 to 8. Don't use it. Hungry Blood, chance to fire, increase. Alright. Blood soaked aspect got increased. Yeah, all the blood's going to be increased. Shadow damage was increased. Blood was increased. Bones was nerfed. That figures. Grasping Veins. Here we go. Critical strike damage bonus reduced from 30 to 60 to 20 to 40. Crypt Bone Necro died today too. In the cemetery. of what died today. Bone Necro gets its own little headstone right next to Hoda Barb, which died today. Basically, the druid's ability to be invulnerable forever. This was the only good necromancer build. The only one. I'm not even done yet. The only viable necromancer build just died. This is ass. Oh, let's see how worse it gets. Okay, wow. That's... that stinks. Osseous Gale, aspect, bonus storm duration was increased. Cool, who gives a shit? Yeah, skeletons got buffed. Oh, good. Skeletons got buffed. Vulnerable didn't get nerfed. It just got reduced. It was so overpowered. It didn't get nerfed. It just got reduced. Hey, look at this. Deathless Visage damage increased, even though they just destroyed it up above when they said that the slow walls don't affect bone spears anymore. Wow. That stinks. The Necros had one thing. They had one thing, and now it's dead. That was it. That's all we had. Alright, see rogues. They killed Twisting Blades too, because that was my future for the season. Rapid fire duration is increased. Okay. Caltrops increased. Okay. Some stuff was increased. Methodical dash cooldown reduction increased from 3 to 4 seconds. That's unfortunate. Concealment stealth duration increased. Okay. Hellstart Shroud chance to not be consumed was increased from 10 to 14%. Okay, that's not a big deal. You lose those shrouds constantly. Okay. Siphoning Strikes now also requires a lucky hit chance of 75%. These are getting a little bit of a... Hey, this is the Blizzard way. Not, hey, let's buff these builds that no one wants to play. Instead, let's crucify all the ones that everyone's playing. I'll never understand that. Never will I understand that. Unbelievable. Alright. Where's the Twisting Blades nerf? I'm ready for it. Feel good. Alright. Preparation's ultimate cooldown reduction increased from 4 to 5 seconds. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Is that it? This is it. No more lifesteal from Robin. No, yeah. Okay, but Twisting Blades was not touched? I didn't see anything about Blade Dancer. I didn't see anything about Twisting Blades. This seems like a win, right? Okay. So it seems like they nerfed these classes in order, like Barbarian took a savage blow. Druid got hit pretty hard. Necromancer lost the one viable build, but there might be something out of Bloodlance later, we'll see. Rogue seems to have kind of made it alright. It seems like... See what happened to the Sorcerer. Rogue seems like... Let me check this again. There's not a chance that... Rogue already had the... Hey, what's up, Blue? Rogue already had the best build in the game. And it wasn't touched. Meanwhile, Hoda just got destroyed. Druids... How'd they kill Hoda? Alright, well, we gotta go back up for this one. Hoda had some... Now, it's important to know that Hoda was using some issues. Here's one. Fixed an issue where the outer edge of the Quakes granted to Hammer the Ancients was dealing far more damage than intended. So, what was happening is that people weren't actually attacking an enemy with Hoda. They were attacking the ground next to the enemy because the echoes did so much damage. Which was not intended. So they didn't nerf Hoda so much as they fixed it to where it's not, you can't bullshit Hoda anymore. Hoda was being played not as intended, and they fixed it to be as intended. Kind of how that worked out. Regardless, it died. It's one of the builds that died today, along with basically, yeah. Oh, and the Druid, shit. The Druid one that, man, where was it? Druid. Oh, what was it for the Druids? What was that the Druid build that came up in the last, like, week that was just crushing? Oh, I know somebody knows. Come on. There it is. Fixed an issue where Stormclaw's aspect allowed Shred to do extreme amounts of damage. Yeah, that got fixed. They went ahead and took care of that one. No, yeah, it was the Shred. Shred was doing redonkulous levels of damage, and they went ahead and took care of that real quick. So that's all taken care of now. Blue, man, I appreciate you popping in here, man. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, Shred died, Hoda died. Bone Spear looks like it's certainly taken a hit. Okay, one more. Let's see what happened to Necromancer, or Sorcerer. Charge bolts damage was increased. Cool. Alright. Incinerate damage reduction was increased. Incinerate got a decent little pop in this. Incinerate might be worth playing if the damage was increased, but the mana cost was greatly reduced. Firebolt initial damage was increased. Okay. Supreme Deep Freeze cooldown reduction increased from 50 to 100%. Oh yeah, Hoda's dead. So, Thorn's Barb, yeah, sure. Try it out. See how it works. You got 2 more days till season anyway. Might as well fuck around with some stuff. Although if you're still thinking about trying to start a druid for season 1, I might go ahead and start a druid right now and play around with it and see how bad they got shit canned. Because from what I just read up there, it seems like it's not, it seems like it's not invulnerable forever, which is kind of, you know, you'd expect that to happen anyway. Hodo was, yeah. Hodo was broken. It was being utilized in a way that wasn't intended, so they fixed it. So you can't even really say that Hodo got nerfed. Hodo was just fixed to be what it was supposed to be. Find the element's damage reduction per second increase. That's cool. That's cool right there. Devouring Blaze bonus. Okay. That makes sense. Oh man. Okay, so critical strike damage was reduced, and damage to immobilize. Ah. All right. So Devouring Blaze died, but okay. Hydra enchantment mana threshold reduced. If they don't buff the damage on Hydra, no one's going to use it anyway. No one gives a shit. That's terrible. Okay, so it seems like overall, Sorcerer kind of got out relatively unscathed. Critical strike chance for move speed. So, alright. Good. Sorcerer needed to be untouched because it was already terrible. That's not terrible. Okay, so Barbarian took a savage hit. Druid got pretty pummeled. Necromancer got hit pretty hard. Rogue and Sorcerer seem to be relatively unchanged. Attribution damage bonus to stun was reduced. Of course it was. Of course it was. Way too powerful. They got cut in half. Of course. The Butcher's Cleaver slow increased from 40 to 61. Okay. Still stinks. Still not going to use that. Increased bonus to drop ancestral and sacred items in Nightmare Dungeons from 5 to 10%. I don't really feel like I wasn't getting enough items. Removed a 20% chance to drop an extra equipment item from the elite monsters outside of Nightmare Dungeons and Helltide. I didn't know that they had that. I would have been crushing those dudes. I did not know that that was a thing. Increased chance to drop an extra equipment item from elite monsters in Nightmare Dungeons and Helltide by 10%, though. That's cool. Nightmare Dungeons now have 50% chance to drop a second legendary item upon completion. Cool. Nightmare Dungeons now give 3 rare items upon completion, up from 1. Okay. Increased monster HP scaling from 85 to 100% bonus per extra player in a party. That's cool. Because Group play was so much more powerful than SSF. And now at least they got to do a little bit more damage to get the same experience. Adjusted the scaling of Greed Shrine to improve its effectiveness throughout the game. Good, because that was absolutely useless. You would only hit a Greed Shrine because it gave you the 35% movement speed. The extra gold was kind of bullshit. World bosses now drop potions more often. That only matters if you suck. There's no longer a limit to how many materials you can refine into higher materials at once. That's good. That'll save time. Many affixes are too efficient and are outshining alternatives. We're looking to refine the outliers. Improve the number of meaningful choices on competitive slots and increase the overall flexibility of items. Sound good. We know these changes will reduce the total amount of possible power a character possesses, so we'll be monitoring how these changes affect players' ability to conquer expected milestones throughout the season. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be some hot fixes, because some of the shit I just read not going to work. Increasing the availability of the affixes below to make them easier to include in different builds. Control impaired duration. That's good. It was kind of only on what? Shoes earlier? And helms, maybe? Barrier generation can now appear for all classes. That's good, because I did not see any of that. Also begin dropping later in the game. Well, it's good. It's kind of when you need the barrier. Lucky hit chance while you have a barrier. This is the thing. Necros were getting this. We were getting the lucky hit chance while you have a barrier, but not barrier generation. So I kept getting lucky hit chance while you have a barrier saying, well, what the hell? I can't even generate a barrier. Who cares? So now I guess that's fixed. Cool, I guess. Reduced by 12% on a helm, 20 on an amulet. Why would it be reduced? Resist all can appear on shields. If they haven't fixed resistances yet, I don't want to hear about it. Force stat bonus on weapons has been overperforming, so we're pulling back on this bonus. What in the hell, dude? It's cut in half? Cut in half. Our core stat's only one bucket anyway, right? But one bucket matters. There's only, what, 5 buckets? And they're all multiplicative. Alright, CRF fixes often felt mandatory due to their raw power. We imagine CR will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. CR reduced by 30%? Is this just an overall CR is reduced by 30%? Like for all classes? Because that'd be cool. I'm trying to not wait a minute and a half to use Bone Storm again. Bument, here we go. Here we go. That'll be my class. And Bument skill cooldown reduction reduced by 30. And traps reduced by 30. That's good. We're seeing critical strike damage and vulnerable damage often viewed as a hard requirement for build success. Because it is. They're in their own buckets. I believe there's a step towards allowing more builds to flourish. What in the shit? You invented the bucket system, and you're mad about it? You invented the bucket system and are mad that we used it properly. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40%. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40%. Critical strike damage by 17. Lightning critical. I don't know why that's an extra part. Critical strike damage with bone, earth, imbued, and werewolf skills reduced by 7. So if you used, you know, the stuff that gave you damage bonuses, it just got dramatically reduced. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40%. That's so fucking stupid. Disparities in inherent affixes can rule some weapons out before the rest of their stats are even rolled. That's true. Only use two-handed swords. These are receiving harsher reductions than their normal affix counterparts. There it is. Critical strike damage on swords reduced by 50%. Are you shitting me? Who? You made it this way, and we made it viable. Damage bonus to crowd-controlled enemies was overperforming. Of course. Okay, so... yeah. If Bone Spear Necro wasn't already destroyed, vulnerable damage was reduced by 40. The crit strike damage on your sword is reduced by 50. And damage to crowd-controlled enemies is decreased by another 30. If you play a Bone Spear Necro, you don't do damage anymore. Congratulations. Vulnerable damage reduced by 4. That's unbelievable. That's for all classes. Yeah, this is all the general tab. General. This goes across everybody. Everybody. Remember how you used to have better core stat bonus on your swords with your strength? Not anymore. It's done. Your cooldown reduction? Well, actually, that's a buff. That's good. That's good. But your crit strike damage just got immediately reduced by 17. Your vulnerable damage was reduced by 40%. Crit strike damage on swords by 50%. Crowd control enemies. I don't know what to... I don't know what to say about this. This is some of the worst shit. Look at this. Crowd control enemies was overperforming. So we fix it. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40%. Crit strike damage on swords reduced by 50%. Crowd control enemies reduced by 30%. Hey, to the 11 people that are gonna play Necromancer next season, good fucking luck, bro. Used to have fun in this game. Yeah, no shit. We used to, and then we had too much fun. Because you see, it was overperforming. Unbelievable. Alright, next. We've seen the skillful players. That's not me, but some people. Crip's one of them. Oh yeah, 100% I get it. 100% I get it, yeah. We have seen skillful players are frequently slaughtering monsters many levels above their own. Oh, that's a bad thing, right? We want to support this, but also not. But the current situation is beyond what we believe is correct for the long-term health of the game. You're in season. You can do whatever you want in season. To chase this goal, we're shifting power to many offensive affixes from defensive affixes. We know this will make our endgame content more deadly, particularly for those chasing our pinnacle boss, an encounter not meant for the faint of heart. Overcoming the pinnacle boss will take every ounce of grit you can muster and all tools at your disposal, particularly because you just destroyed all of our fucking damage. Good luck killing that broad now. You have no damage. We will continue to evaluate feedback from the community and make changes to our combat mechanics. Hey, FYI, feedback from the community gonna be kinda harsh. Unfucking believable. That's unbelievable. Oh, but bone skull damage was increased by 25%. take more damage, dish out a lot. You're absolutely right. They wanted to make sure. People were complaining that World Tier 4 was too easy. And yes, World Tier 4 was too easy. But you could fix that by doing higher tier dungeons. And they said, no. No. We're going to make everything hard. Really, really hard. Yeah. Yeah, you helped a lot of people out last night. Unfortunately, I was working, or I could have been one of those folks. Would have been awesome. Oh, look at all this stuff they increased by 25%. Forget that they just eliminated, like, I don't know, all of your damage? They eliminated vulnerable and crit. Crit and vulnerable were 2 of the 5 buckets. Okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, damage goes into 5 separate buckets of damage. There's your base stats, or your plus damage, your damage on, which is like damage versus crowd controlled, or damage versus whatever. And then there's vulnerable has its own bucket, which was weird, and then critical has its own bucket, which is weird, and they're all multiplicative. So if you've got 20% of this and 40 and blah blah blah, they all multiply to create your total damage, right? They took 2 of those 5 buckets. They took your vulnerable and your critical and eliminated them. So no matter how much you used to stack in those, doesn't matter anymore, because if you had, let's say, 100% damage across the 5, they eliminated 2 of those. So 40% of your damage is immediately gone. Immediately gone. And then there's your damage to crowd controlled, which in the damage 2 bucket, that's the 3rd bucket. Damage 2 bucket, damage to controlled, damage to frozen, damage to whatever, that's been greatly reduced too. So if you did that, now your 3rd bucket's pretty fucked too. So now you've not lost 40% of your damage, you've lost 60% of your damage. Fuck. You can't do this and still maintain the bucket system. That's it. That's it. Oh, man. I thought balance updates was going to be the worst. And then we got through it, and I thought, hey, that's not so bad. But then we got to general, and it destroyed everything. From a skill aspect, the twisting blades still very viable, but let's see where. I mean, vulnerable's dead, and so is crit. So I mean, everybody took a loss. Everybody took a loss. From a skill perspective, that's how they get away with it. They take you up there, and then you go, hey, all the skills are unchanged. Hey. Everything that you thought we were going to nerf, we didn't. Everything's still good. Until you get to the end and say, no, we didn't nerf any skills. We just nerfed all of your general damage. General damage? Yeah, World Tier 4 is going to be a little bit more difficult, but... That's so sorry. That's so sorry. Were people, like, I understand, I understand fixing Hoda because it was broken. I understand fixing Shred because it was broken. Casual just got to build to where they want. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be real pissed off. Yeah, you have to play in a party. SSF died. Well, yeah. Definitely gonna lose some players. SSF died. What else died? Hoda died. Shred died. Bone Spear died. And any other build that used vulnerable and crit, which was all of them, Man. Tough day for build guides. Tough day for build guides. There might not be any more S tier builds. Just FYI. Might not be any more S tier builds. We may all be climbing to get into B tier. Oh, I didn't even see this. Critical strike damage with bone, earth, imbued, and werewolf skills was also reduced by 17. Alright, I went straight to that vulnerable 40. I skipped right over this additional 17% loss and went straight to that vulnerable. Yeah. Necro only had bone. Now it's got nothing. They're trying to buff blood, but they did not buff blood enough to combat what they just lost in bone. Right. Yeah, from the gameplay perspective, SSF isn't dead, but I mean from a leveling perspective. You could level in a group of 4, and you could get to 50 in probably 2.5, 3 hours tops. Or you could do it solo, and it might take you 6 to 8 hours. Again, casuals aren't going to give a shit, but this is bullshit.